It's Wednesday, the final day of the month of April, and we're talking Major League Baseball. I'm Jesse Schule. This is WagerTalk TV. You know, I was thinking to myself this morning, what's going on with those torpedo bats? I had a look on the internet. I came across an article in ESPN, and the title was Best and Worst Teams, Torpedo Bats, and More. The general premise in the article is that the torpedo bats are much to do about nothing. But the Yankees hit 6 home runs yesterday, so maybe they wrote that article before yesterday's game. We're talking about 2 games today. We will talk about the Yankees and the Orioles in the AL East, and we'll talk about Washington and Philly in the NL East. Let's get into the first game. New York Yankees at Baltimore, coming off that 15-3 win yesterday. Baltimore is a slight, or actually it's pretty much a pick 'em in the price here, and the total sits at 9.5. And I'm going to focus on the total. I mentioned those torpedo bats. The Yankees opened up yesterday's game by going back to back to back, 3 straight home runs. They hit 4 home runs in the first inning alone, 6 home runs in the game. You could say the torpedo bats are much to do about nothing, but they're second in the majors in scoring, first in team batting average, first in on-base percentage, first in slugging. The Yankees bats are firing on all cylinders. Whether that has anything to do with torpedo bats, I can't say for sure. We look at the pitching matchup here. It hardly looks like a pitcher's duel. Both teams turning to the back end of the rotation. You got Carlos Carrasco going for the Yankees, 2-1 with an ERA of 5.26. You look at his last 2 starts on the road, 12 runs on 18 hits, 8 walks, 8 home runs in just 12 and a third innings pitched. And going for the Orioles, you got Cade Povich. You look at his last start at home, 7 runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, 3 home runs. Neither of these guys inspire much confidence. The Yankees do have a decent bullpen, however. The Orioles, they rank 27th in the majors with a team ERA of 4.84 among the relievers. Total sits at 9.5. The weather's going to be decent today. Might not be much of a factor, but I like these 2 teams to hit some out of the yard. We're going to go over 9.5. Before we get into the second game, let me tell you what I got going on at WagerTalk.com. I'm hitting over 70% with my baseball sides since August, but right now, it's all about the NBA. Had a big day in the NBA yesterday. I'm up over 100 units with the NBA since January 1st of 2024. 4 straight winning playoffs at WagerTalk.com. I'm up 18 units so far in the first round of these playoffs. Total profit, 106 units altogether in the last 4.5 years, or 4 years and one round of these NBA playoffs. For limited time, you can get the rest of this year's playoffs for only $99. Use the promo code NBA99. Let's get into that second game. We got Washington at Philly. Philly's a huge favorite, minus 225. Total sits at 8. Philadelphia, 3.5 games up on Washington in the NL East. But we look like we got a pitcher's duel on our hands here. We got Jake Irvin going for the Nats. He's 2-0 with a 3.19 ERA. More impressive than that, his 1.01 whip. Irvin is a young guy who appears to be coming into his own. He's off to a nice start to the season. And then we got Christopher Sanchez going for the Phillies. Solid numbers, 2-1, 3.42 ERA, 1.29 whip. The wind is supposed to be blowing in Philly. Keep a few well-hit balls in the park. I'm looking at the underdog here on the run line. Let's look at these teams' records. I mentioned that the Nats are 3.5 games back of Philly. So the Nats are 13-17 straight up, but if you're getting a run and a half every game, they're 18-12 against the spread. Philly, 16-13 straight up, but if they're laying 1.5 every game, 11-18 against the spread. The run line's fairly cheap today based on that big price. You get plus 1.5, minus 107. This game has pitchers duel written all over it. Neither of these teams have great bullpens. In fact, Washington's got the worst bullpen in the majors. But guess what? Right behind them, Philadelphia. And sometimes when you're taking a run line dog, having a bad bullpen that's going to give up that game-winning hit in extra innings or in the bottom of the ninth isn't necessarily a bad thing. So I like the underdog Washington plus a run and a half in this game at this low price. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. You got anything to say to me, even if it's nasty, you hit me up in the comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.